Hello everyone, in today's video we are going to understand how to write affidavit, alright, for registration of will. You can also download the format. The link is given in the description box. Alright, let us see the format. So here it is. You can download this format. Link is in the description. We are going to understand this format. Alright, so first of all let us understand few things. Just a second. Alright, let us consider X. X is a father, let's say. Alright, he has executed a will. Now X has a son, alright, and this son wants to register this will. Alright, this son wants to register this will. Now this son is giving an affidavit for that. Alright, now we are going to understand how to write this affidavit for registration of this will after the death of X. Alright, so let us open. Here it is. So whenever you write an affidavit for the registration of will after the death of testator, testator here is the person who has executed the will. Alright, so here it is. So whenever you are going to register a will, you are giving an affidavit for registration of will, you have to mention the sub-registrar. Alright, before the sub-registrar, because you are giving the affidavit to sub-registrar. So here it is, the second line, it talks about the will, the person who has executed the will. You have to mention that. So in the matter of the registration of will, executed by Shri, the name of that person, alright, the father name of that person and the address of that person. After that, the affidavit of A. A was the son, alright, and let's say B is also a son, alright. So here the affidavit of A, you have to mention the age of that son, alright. Son of, here you have to mention the father name. Residence of, here have to mention the registered address, and B, alright, let's say here what we have taken the example, let us consider then A and B are two sons and both want this will to be registered, alright, then you have to mention B as well, and the age of that son B, the father name and the residence of that person. Alright, so here these two lines just are introductory line. It talks about the person who executed the will and also the deponents. Deponents are basically the person who are giving an affidavit. Alright, deponents. So here in this example, A and B are deponents, the son of X. They are considered as deponent. Alright, these two paragraphs are just introductory paragraph. First deals with the executant, the person whose will you want to be registered. The second paragraph talks about the children's of X. Okay, children's of X. Now you can see here the affidavit start. The above named deponent is the person who has given the affidavit, do hereby solemnly affirm and state as under. So what we are stating, they are stating this, that we the deponent are witnesses to the execution of will. They are saying that X person, the father, has executed the will and they have seen that. They are the witnesses for that execution. Alright, and you have to mention the father name and you have to mention the date on which the will was executed, and they have become the witness in that will, and as such fully acquainted with the fact deposed to below. And here they are saying that they are acquainted with the fact, they knows the fact. Alright, Second point talks about the aforesaid testator, the person who has executed the will, the name of that person you have to mention here. They executed his last will. The reason that we are mentioning the last will is because a person can file as many will as he want. Let's say X, he made will, let's say 1, and in his lifetime he made another will 2, and another will 3. Now the question arises, which will we will follow, or which will is real will, you can say. Alright, so we only consider the latest will or the last will, alright, before the death of X. So here, if X dies after the third will, now the third will supersede second and first will. So third will be executed. Alright, this will be considered valid, not first and not second. So that is why we are mentioning here his last will, and we are mentioning the date on which that will is executed in our presence. R here represent the person who are deponent, alright, the son of X. Now the third line says that the testators were healthy, sound mind at the time of execution of will. So here you can consider that a person who is giving a will must be of sound mind, alright, sound mind, and must be competent to will. Incompetent person cannot will. So here are few things that you have to consider. If the testator is minor, or let's say is of not of unsound mind, alright, then that will not be considered as valid. So here we have to mention that the person, the testator who executed the will, is healthy and of sound mind. Alright, now the fourth point is the testator executed his will on, we have to mention the date of his own free will. Alright, this is what we are considering, that he has voluntarily executed the will. Nobody has forced that person to execute the will. Alright, we have to mention this as well. Now the next and last paragraph, it talks about that the testator has signed the will, alright, after reading and understanding the content. And the testator did this, the signature and reading and understanding, did this in the presence of deponent. Alright, deponent was present at that time. Deponent were present at that time. Alright, after that the verification, you can say it is quite similar to the verification paragraph, that we, the above deponent A and B, you can also mention the name, do hereby declare that and verify that the content of para 1 to 5 are true. Alright, so whatever we have studied as a deponent, that is true to our own knowledge, and nothing material has been concealed. We have not hidden something which is material or essential to disclose. Alright, and no part of it is false, and according to us there is nothing false in whatever we have stated regarding the will. Alright, it's kind of verification. After that we have to mention verified at the place where the verification was done, and on the month and day of, you can change this, you can mention the name of the place, month and date, and here deponent, the signature of deponent will be mentioned here. Alright, so this is the format affidavit with the application for registration of will after the death of testator. Alright, you can download this format, link is in the description. Subscribe to this channel for related videos. Thank you very much. We will meet in another video. Till then, goodbye.